寸之地，碾落做成泥。冷眼交风雨，楚河我自知己，谈命运。只见众生如雨，黄沙淘尽。 剑无知，举中举，算如意，步步险中意，总是真剑气，一命破残局。举中计，冷落雨，缓缓虚实境，天地作棋。
Dispatch Rider's Tally. This is how the frontier troops tie their prisoners. Could it be betrayal from within?
We're dispatch riders from Wangsheng! The bandits changed into our uniforms and went to Bikao Post House!
That post house leads directly to Yunzhong Prefecture.
Judging by your grace and bearing, you are no ordinary commoner. How did you end up in this plight?
My mother dotes on me and wants me to look refined so that I might be treated with more respect once I marry into another family.
The wilderness is no place for a lady to wander.
If we were to encounter bandits, the dispatches you carry are worth far more than I am.
The roads are rough at night, and you are out here alone. If you cross paths with the outlaws, you will find yourself completely left to your fate. If something actually happens to you, it'll be too late to wish you hadn't.
You are a woman as well, so if you are not afraid, why should I be? When you speak, there is no prominence in your throat, and the angle of your radius is smooth. The pauldrons of your chainmail hang 3 con lower than they should, which means your shoulders are narrower than those of a typical male soldier. Your knees tuck inward, and when you get off a horse, your toes touch the ground first rather than the soles of your feet. It is an ingrained instinct for a woman to lift her hand to shun the dirt. Your flaw lies not in your disguise, but in your habits. Ma'am, your disguise is flawless, but your old habits can't be faked.
You knew all along we weren't dispatch riders.
I grew up in the army. No one knows soldiers better than I do. Moreover, you don't act like dispatch riders, but more like bandits.
Since you have already seen through us, why did you still choose to come along?
Aren't you doing the same thing? Her vow of my life is worth it. Still exposed us. You saw through me long ago, yet you still let me follow you. Because you wanted something from me.
You are sharp, but it is a pity the sharp ones never live long.
What? Are you trying to take my life?
At the post house. I saw right through the charade you and that woman staged. Yet I brought you along anyway to see exactly what you hoped to gain from such an elaborate ruse.
Put down your blade. I said, put it down.
Joe.
Who exactly are you?
You posed as dispatch riders to intercept intelligence concerning the northern desert. Charlie, the guard general, has always been invincible. It is impossible for northern desert squad to have exploited such a gap unless someone leaked the dispatch.
How do you know that?
But if you are not closely related, why go to such lengths? Unless you are from the northern desert.
They could never have crossed the Yunzhong prefecture.
We are from Kamu Stronghold. We also suspected that someone leaked the dispatch. That is why we targeted the dispatch riders. We wanted to find out who at court is colluding with the northern desert to threaten Yunzhong prefecture.
Kamu Stronghold has always been a mystery, known to but a few. Moreover, you never meddle in the affairs of the court. Why start interfering now? I heard during General Chu's campaign against bandits, he killed your former leader, Miu Mianhong. Shouldn't you resent him? Why help him now?
We may be nothing more than bandits, but we do know the nation comes before personal grudges. General Chu has guarded Yunzhong for 20 years, keeping the State of Chu in peace. If someone in the court colludes with the northern desert to frame him, the country will be in peril, as will Kamu Stronghold.
To be honest, I am Chu Ling's daughter. I heard my father was gravely ill and was rushing to Yunzhong prefecture. I encountered some trouble on the road. I had no choice but to disguise myself and join the dispatch riders.
If you two are in trouble and need a place to hide, would you like to follow me back to the stronghold?
Sir! Just stopping for a quick bite, or a night's stay.
Have you seen any women bound for Yunzhong prefecture today? There have been plenty of caravans, and women as well.
Which one are you referring to? Exactly.
A runaway maid who stole from her master. She is fair and tender, bearing no mark of toil.
Few maids dare travel this desolate trail, let alone a soft-skinned lady like that. Never seen one.
Liar!
You've seen her! Officer, please calm down!
Where is she?
Let me think. I remember now. There was such a girl. She stayed here a couple of days ago, claiming she was visiting kin in Yunzhong prefecture.
Later, she left with the dispatch riders. I don't know where she went after that.
But I do know where her mother is.
Her mother! Yes!
Her mother hired a carriage and went back to the village herself. From that, livery stable, 3 alley north of here.
Officer, despicable wretch! You owe me a fortune! You!
A few days ago, did a girl named Fu come through here?
Officer, what do you mean? We get so many girls passing through. How could I remember every name?
Don't play dumb!
She paid you to put on an act, and then left with the dispatch riders.
Didn't she?
Yes! She tricked those dispatch riders, and they headed for Yunzhong.
Good. Seems you are destined to die.
This forest reeks of something foul. The traps and mechanisms must be over 100. This is far too elaborate for a mere stronghold of bandits.
Are they truly trustworthy?
I am not sure.
Then why did you insist on coming?
Madame G wasn't lying. Her story matches perfectly with what I knew of the past. It seems Kamu Stronghold wasn't always at odds with my father, despite what rumors say. Tai Ying is no fool. My tricks will only last half a day at most. We are outnumbered. A head-on fight is not the best course. We'd better seek refuge in Kamu Stronghold and plan our next move after scouting the truth.
So, you are still gambling?
I dare to risk, only because you stood by me.
Don't get cocky. Last night, you were clearly defenseless, yet you still chose to provoke the bandits. Do you realize if I'd been a moment later, you'd be a corpse by now?
If they wanted me dead, they would have struck when I exposed Madame G's disguise.
Is that why you risked your life?
Her taking men disguised as dispatch riders to steal the dispatch isn't to hurt my father, but to uncover the truth. In other words, she truly is helping him.
Aren't you afraid? You've jumped out of the frying pan and straight into the fire.
Isn't that just what we do every day?
Xie is back! GA's returned! GE, welcome back. GE, let me take that! Xie!
Aunt! Lao-san! We have guests.
Coming!
This is my younger brother, Jie Lao-san, leader of Kamu Stronghold.
Greetings, Mr. G.
Xiaoma.
Take a seat.
Why'd you bring two strangers back?
We need a place to lie low for a while.
Lie low. What should I address you to?
He is Zhu. I am Fu.
A fool. Good name. Sounds like good fortune.
Madame G, there is something I need to ask.
I know what it is. Don't worry. You saw it for yourselves on the way in. We are known as Kamu Stronghold, hidden deep within these woods. There is a saying down the mountain, once you go deep into Kamu Forest, there is no way out.
This forest is vast and deep, a fortress built by nature itself, and we have all those hidden mechanisms and traps.
With bamboo nets overhead and vine traps underfoot.
All life is barred from entry, be it human or beast.
Here, you are safer than anywhere outside.
If this place is so secret, how could you trust us enough to let us in? Aren't you afraid?
We value fate above all. I've trusted you, so I won't question it. Xiaoma, see to our guests. Once things calm down out there, you can resume your journey.
My gratitude, ma'am. Apologies for the intrusion.
No trouble at all.
This way, please.
Have a good rest. She.
Mr. Tai!
Mr. Tai!
Mr. Tai! Something's wrong. The dispatch riders we were pursuing, along with the Grand Princess, have vanished without a trace near Kamu Stronghold.
The men we dispatched in pursuit were all slain by the bandits of the Stronghold. Kamu Stronghold.
I promised His Highness to bring back Cao Zhao's head.
Hear my command!
Pick up the pace and march into Kamu Forest. Leave no one alive. I'd like to see what these remnants think they can do to shield her.
They offered you shelter, and now you are raiding their armory.
Kamu Forest is vast and deep. They seem hospitable enough. But how could we truly rest easy without investigating first?
I didn't realize, though new to the jungle, you would think further ahead than I.
Look at this.
Careful. Seven modifications to the mechanism. Range increased by 2 zhang with less recoil. These are modified crossbows the frontier troops use against the northern desert.
How do you know?
Back when I was in the army, I modified over 200 of these crossbows for the general.
Miu Miu was killed by my father, after all. So why would her stronghold have weapons from the frontier troops?
It is not just that. While searching for you, I saved a dispatch rider who had been kidnapped by Madame G. The knots used to tie him up were standard frontier troop rigging.
You mean?
Perhaps. Your father wasn't here to suppress bandits.
What are you implying? Are you suggesting my father...
Wait for me! I won't be long!
Your Highness, this feels a little too personal.
Back when I left the capital, who was it that swore to guard the imperial city for me? I know. It is because you care about me. But Xie Yanlai could 放你离京 without expecting something in return. What is the situation at court?
He'll look after you. But he needs the Grand Princess token to keep Deng Yi on a leash. So I handed it over.
Indeed. Your brother has never been one to show his hand without a guaranteed win. If you are not in the capital, he is the only one who can keep you safe. Your wounds have yet to heal. You need proper rest. Just get some sleep.
They only gave us one room.
I insisted on this. With such grave injuries, you need to stay close to me. Or how am I supposed to protect you?
And how will you protect me exactly?
It is a cold night.
Your wounds won't heal if you freeze. Keep warm.
Are you out of your mind? You knew who she was, and you still brought her here.
That guard at the gate sent word in the White Wolf tongue, saying the pursuers have all been eliminated. If they were with Xiao Xun, why would they kill their own?
I didn't know you could speak that tongue.
My father taught me when we were in the desert. No one knows that except him.
But what if it is all just an act?
Xiao Shun's men have no reason to slaughter their own, given how cautious Deng Yi is. He'd never trust a band of bandits who still answer to their old master. He wouldn't trust them, and Xie Yanlai even less likely. Whether Madame Ji and the others respect my father or fear him, at the very least, my father never bore them any ill will.
I still find it hard to believe. They've suddenly turned into saints.
Are you willing to take a gamble with me?
What if we lose?
At least on the road to the afterlife, you'll keep me company.
Recently, our dispatch riders were ambushed near the Bikao post house. Investigations confirmed that this was the work of the Kamu Stronghold.
This is an absolute outrage! Utterly preposterous!
Chuling's leniency allowed these bandits to flourish. Now the remnants of that stronghold have the audacity to pose as our dispatch riders to steal vital military intelligence.
Your Majesty, I implore you to issue a decree for a full investigation and ensure that justice is served. General Chu marched against the bandits on Imperial command.
When the bandit leader, Mu Mianhong, took her life by leaping from the cliff, he refused to harm even the women and children remaining in the stronghold. To think that such benevolence is being wielded against him.
Your Majesty, an urgent report has just arrived. The Northern Desert dispatched an envoy to Yunzhong, only for General Chu to execute him on the spot. Tensions between the two states are already high. What are we to do now?
Even in war, one does not kill a messenger. This act will surely incite them to take up arms.
The charge of leniency toward bandits might be overlooked, but inciting a war is unpardonable. First, they breached our frontier. Then, their envoy infiltrated the general's tent with a secret letter at night.
If that isn't espionage, then what is? Mr. Deng is correct.
The general has commanded the frontier troops for decades, with his defenses impregnable. If they nearly faltered last time, it must be because a spy leaked our positions.
Desperate times demand desperate measures. According to our laws, when a threat is imminent and unclear, one may act first and report thereafter. So how can General Chu be blamed?
Your Majesty, General Chu is advanced in years. As the frontier defenses have seen repeated breaches, I beg your Majesty to appoint another worthy general.
These concerns are not without merit. As the northern desert stirs with ambition, we must fortify the frontier in anticipation of conflict. As for the selection of a successor,
it remains a matter for His Majesty's judgment. The general has held Yunzhong for 20 years. Each time the enemy dared to invade, they were repelled in ignominious defeat. In your candidate list, how many can truly rival his illustrious record?
a commander of such stature is not cultivated overnight. Yet, the security of the frontier cannot be staked upon a single individual. Mr. Xi, please set your mind at rest. I shall confer with the ministers to select the most fitting candidate for Yongzheng Prefecture to alleviate the general's burdens.
What a masterful move. He is playing.
Santa Fox whistle.
That is right. This is a frontier troop, alert for cavalry raids.
Stubborn, aren't you? Talk. If you won't,
I'll chop you to pieces and feed you to the wolves in the hills! Throw him to the wolves! Throw him to the wolves!
talk or not. What are you doing here? I am in the middle of something. Don't mind me.
Leave him to me.
Well,
He talked. They entered Kamu Forest yesterday and located Kamu Stronghold. Their men will arrive tonight. We should prepare in advance.
I need to tell my sister.
Did you learn those interrogation tricks from?
My father's army.
Not really. He advocated for the humane treatment of captives. He'd never have used torture on them. Are you not afraid anymore?
Why would I? I grew up in military camps. I've seen my share of slaughter and bloodshed.
That is no blessing. Better to have never seen it at all.
But in this life, who truly has a choice? I have no desire to kill, yet they come for my life. I told you, I kill just so I can stay alive. I want to live to see my father again.
I will do the killing for you.
Hey, the ones after them belong to Xiao Xun, heir to the Lord of Xiangnan.
A humble meal in a humble place. I hope your highness can forgive me.
You are the Grand Princess. You were supposed to marry the heir to the Lord of Xiangnan. So you eloped with this man.
Xiao Xun deceived me. Everything he wanted, from the very start, was my father's command over the army. But I won't let him have it. Never, ever.
You are Chu Ling's daughter. Did he ever tell you who your mother was?
Mr. Ji, you take quite an interest in Yunzhong Prefecture. You even know every detail of my betrothal. No wonder this stronghold bears the marks of frontier troops. Since we're speaking so frankly, ma'am, you might as well tell the truth. What really happened when my father went to Kamu Stronghold?
Nothing much. It is just that General Chu killed our former leader.
Then why do you still care about him so much? Don't you want to avenge your leader?
Back then, word got out that we were raiding the frontier. So General Chu came to eradicate us. But after killing the former leader, he realized it was all a misunderstanding. So he stepped in to resettle the rest of us. Everything you see now is just your father's guilt.
And his way of making amends.
But
the debt has been settled.
There's no point bringing it up anymore.
You've had a long journey. Why don't you try to get some rest? I am right here if you need anything.
They aren't like ordinary bandits. Their story about the general's campaign, how he supposedly killed the innocents, is rather flimsy.
Largely fiction, with a grain of truth. But I do believe my father genuinely wanted to protect this place, and I am certain they mean no harm to us. As for the rest, everyone has secrets. When they'll finally come to light, that is just a matter of fate.
Wangcheng is just ahead. Past it lies Yunzhong Prefecture. Once we deal with Xiao Xun's men, you'll finally see your father.
I know. I know this road all too well. Back then, this was the exact path I took to be away from my father. Yunzhong Prefecture, and everything that held me dear, only to fall into the mire of eternal doom. If we had a second chance at life, would anything actually change?
A second chance at life.
Jill, from now on, the Xi residence will be your home.
Perhaps it wouldn't change a thing.
But for me, things are already different. Remember that dream I told you about? At the very end, someone killed Xiao Xun for me. Do you know who it was? It was you. You killed him and avenged my family. But this time, I have to do it myself. though fear may still echo in my chest. And a crumbling cliff awaits my next step. Nothing in this world will hold me back.
Whatever you fear in the days to come, whatever that dream may be, real or not, face it. Grasp it and conquer it. And the fear will leave you.
I am not terrified. My father and I
will survive.
让这满身伤痕成为我心的骄傲。断肠苦事残烧，陷泥沼，偏要生云霄，摘下傲骨血肉成鞘。星火在缝隙煎熬，烈焰中咆哮，八幡也烧出破晓。命运困我于囚牢，也不想向原地头求饶。总是有光渺渺，我自桀骜，浮游于度沧海，不问今朝，不问结局，我已信我道。无惧路遥，流萤生于浮草，也要燃烧。只见冲破天光一刀，让这满身伤痕成为我心的骄傲。宫阙九重暗角，只为人笑。纷纷扰扰，人间惊恐伴你交吵。星火在缝隙煎熬，烈焰中咆哮，八幡也烧出破晓。命运困我于囚牢，也不想向原地头求饶。总是有光渺渺，我自桀骜，浮游于度沧海，不问今朝，不问结局，我已信我道。无惧路遥，流萤生于浮草，也要燃烧。只见冲破天光一刀，让这满身伤痕成为我心的骄傲。